This is Sami J. Karam. One of the things I truly love about New York City is the richness of the architecture, the sheer amount of things that you can see just by walking around. And here I emphasize walking because if you're in a car, the chances are you will not notice as many of the architectural details. And so the best way to explore New York, as is true of most cities, certainly most older cities, is to walk and look at the buildings. So here we see a series of buildings along 3rd Avenue that are normal and unpretentious and very much of the sort that can be found in all parts of the city. You see the fire escapes on the outside of the facade. These are modest buildings that are not always well maintained, but nevertheless they have their own beauty. You can find it in the proportioning of the windows, in the rhythm, in the repetition, in some detail of the cornice, or in the color and texture of the materials and the feel of the facade and the way it relates to the street. Then, of course, there are New York's beautiful interiors and special spaces, such as here at Frank Lloyd Wright's Guggenheim Museum on 5th Avenue. As is the case with many buildings, the most interesting parts are the lowest level as well as the highest. Here you can see the drama of the sloping ramp meeting the roof and the dome, which we see here in its full glory. New York, of course, is known for its skyscrapers, and in this view, which is not unique by any means, you see a whole history of design, starting with the older, lower-lying buildings, and straight ahead, an early modern green blackish building, and to the right a brick-faced later modern structure which is Carnegie Hall Tower, and beyond it 157, the new condominium that houses some of the most expensive property in New York, as well as the new Park Hyatt Hotel. Further north, as we go through Central Park and look west, we see 2 residential buildings, both of them with identical twin towers, the San Remo and the El Dorado, both exhibiting the drama and romance of a bygone era. Now back closer to the ground, I love this neon sign of the garage transients. New York, of course, is a city of transients. This garage happens to be on the Upper East Side on East 76th Street. Walking around the Upper East Side, you would encounter entrances such as this one. Symmetrical, classically beautiful, built of rich materials. And then the series of townhouses, beautiful, perfectly proportioned, built of quiet but exquisite materials, lining the streets of the Upper East Side, the Upper West Side, and some other parts of New York. And now as we look up again, we're at the corner of 59th Street and 5th Avenue, where you see on the right the classical Plaza Hotel, and on the left a modern building, 9 West 57th, otherwise known as the Solo Building. Notice the juxtaposition of the old, classically beautiful and proportioned Plaza Hotel with its mansard roof and its small scale windows. And on the left, the large, black, monolithic, handsome in its own way prism of a building, modern and very much in demand for its functionality in the 1960s and 1970s. Note in this close-up the fine detail of the plaza design and of its corner turret. A couple of 100 yards up from the Plaza Hotel, here are the two grand dames of Central Park South. The Hampshire House with its green pitched roof, and next to it the Essex House, now a JW Marriott Hotel. Here are two views taken in Central Park looking north towards the Upper West Side. The first one right after a snowstorm, and the second one that same day in the afternoon after the clouds had cleared. A few more beautiful old buildings as we work our way back towards the Upper East Side. We end now on Park Avenue with these two co-op buildings near East 75th Street, and then further south with these office buildings in the 50s, and finally at Christmas time with the Helmsley building shown in its festive green and red colors, and once again with the backdrop of the MetLife building.